Before today's video, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest videos. If you want to see a case or topic covered by Paranormally Listed, then go to criminallylisted.com and fill out the questionnaire under the Suggest a Case tab. Number 5. Maya Marumu. On June 9, 2022, 68-year-old Maya Marumu went to collect some water. She lived in Rapal, a village close to the eastern coast of India. Unfortunately, Marumu encountered a herd of about 12 elephants. She tried to run, but she was trampled by one of the elephants. She was taken to the hospital and died a short time later. Marumu's death by elephant isn't too bizarre. According to the World Wildlife Fund, between 100 and 300 people are killed annually by elephants in India. Things are getting worse due to climate change and the growing human population. What is bizarre is what happened next. That evening, Marumu's family returned to the village with her body. Marumu's family in some villages were taking her body to the cremation grounds for the funeral. Suddenly, the same herd of elephants emerged from the woods. The people who were carrying Marumu's body dropped the body and ran. One of the elephants, believed to have been the same one that killed her, grabbed Marumu's body, threw it, and trampled it some more. The elephants then went to the village and damaged Marumu's house and 3 neighboring houses. Once they were done, the elephants left again. Marumu's family collected her body and finished the funeral. There is considerable speculation about why the elephants targeted Marumu. Elephants are intelligent animals with long memories. According to several social media accounts, when poachers took a baby elephant, Marumu threw rocks at the rest of the elephants. However, this was not verified by any news organizations, and it's unknown if killing her and then trampling her body was an act of revenge. But whatever the reason, the elephants were determined to ensure that Maya Marumu was dead. Number 4. Unidentified man in South London. In December 1875, an unidentified woman was working in a factory in South London, England. Suddenly, a mouse appeared on the table where she was working, and she started to panic. A young man, who also wasn't identified, swooped in to help and grabbed the mouse. But then the mouse escaped and ran up the man's sleeve. The mouse emerged at the top of the shirt at the man's neck. The young man had his mouth open, and the mouse, looking for a safe place, ran into the man's mouth. The man was shocked and ended up swallowing the mouse. The mouse went down his throat, still alive. Unfortunately for the man, the mouse tried to claw and chew its way out of the man's chest and throat. The newspaper article said that the young man died hours later in agony. The mouse's dead body was retrieved and stored in wine. It was then displayed in the museum in the London hospital. Number 3. The 2010 Falair Let L 410 crash. Wagadugu is a city in the Democratic Republic of Congo, a Central African country. The city has a population of approximately 143,000 residents. It's known for its lush landscapes and proximity to the Kulu River. It's also home to one of the strangest plane crashes in history. On August 25, 2010, a Let 410 plane with 18 passengers and 3 crew members on board crashed into a house about 0.6 miles from the runway. 19 people were killed on impact and 2 were taken to the hospital. One of them died shortly after arriving at the hospital, leaving just one sole survivor. No one on the ground was injured. The investigators were baffled by the crash. The plane had enough fuel, there appeared to be nothing wrong with the plane, the weather conditions were clear, and it was the middle of the day. Also, investigators were unable to get the flight data recorder. Instead, they had to rely on the eyewitness account of the only survivor of the crash, and he had a bizarre story. He said that a crocodile was responsible for the crash. Someone had smuggled a crocodile on board in a duffel bag. It got loose as they were making their descent, and people tried to run from it. They ended up rushing towards the cockpit. This shifted the way towards the front of the plane, causing the plane to either stall or go into a nosedive. A crocodile was found at the crash site. It was alive till someone killed it with a machete. Guinness World Records named it the first ever plane crash caused by a crocodile. Number 2. Sam Ballard. In 2010, Sam Ballard was a healthy 21-year-old living in Sydney, Australia. He was an avid rugby player. Then one day, Sam complained that he was feeling weak, and soon after, he developed severe pains in his legs. He was also nauseating and vomiting. His mother, Katie Ballard, took him to the hospital. She was worried he had multiple sclerosis like his father, but the doctors determined it wasn't MS. Sam then said something that surprised his mother. Sam said a few days earlier he had been drinking wine with some friends on a friend's patio. They saw a slug, and someone dared him to eat it, so he did. But his mom didn't think that a slug would be causing the problems. It was just a common garden slug. She also thought while it might have been disgusting, it couldn't have been that harmful. Unfortunately, she was wrong. The slug was infected with a parasitic worm called Angiostrinus cantonensis. He was also nauseating and vomiting. People become infected by the worm when they eat raw or undercooked slugs, snails, shrimp, prawns, and freshwater crabs. When rats are infected with the worm, it goes into their lungs and then leaves when they poop. However, the worm doesn't leave the human body. Instead, it enters the central nervous system and travels to the brain, where it remains. Most cases are mild. If people do experience symptoms, they may suffer from headaches, stiffness in the neck, fever, nausea, and vomiting. Unfortunately for Sam Ballard, it was devastating. He fell into a coma and remained in one for 420 days. When he finally woke up, he was paralyzed from the waist down. He could move his arms, but it wasn't easy. He also couldn't eat without a tube. He needed around-the-clock care. However, his family was sure the disease didn't affect his mental faculties. He recognized people, and he was still emotional. In November 2018, Sam Ballard died from complications from eating the worm at age 29. He was surrounded by friends and family. His last words were, quote, "I love you," unquote. Sam's family does not blame the other young people who were there the night he ate the slug. He said they were just being friends and hanging out. Number 1. JRN. On the morning of Saturday, January 18, 2013, the police were called to a farm in Taparua, Mato Grosso, Brazil. The owner of the farm had made a gruesome discovery in the pigsty that housed 3 pigs. It was the nude, mutilated, dead body of a 52-year-old worker, only identified by the initials JRN. Initially, it was thought that JRN was murdered, that his body was dumped in the pigsty. However, as they investigated, they reached a different conclusion. JRN's underwear was on one of his feet, and they had not been ripped. The rest of his clothes were in his home, which wasn't far from the pigsty. There were signs that he had been drinking that night. There was an open box of condoms, and one condom was missing. In the pigsty, the legs of the female pig were tied up. The police realized that the man had not been murdered. Instead, he got drunk and decided to indulge in zoophilia, which is the clinical term for bestiality. However, the male pigs attacked him by biting him. In one news account, the police said they may have been jealous. They attacked his genitals, and he suffered a heart attack. Then the pigs continued to eat him. They ate his genitals and parts of his thighs, arms, and face. The farm owner said that JRN had been working at the farm for 2 years, and they didn't have any major problems with him. Do you want to help solve a cold case? If you do, we have some exciting news. We're teaming up with a very well-known DNA and genetic genealogy company to solve a cold case. In a few weeks, we'll release a video with more details about the case we'll help solve. We'll be doing this through YouTube memberships. Half the money we receive will go to funding DNA testing and genetic genealogy, which will hopefully help solve the cold case. We have 2 membership levels, and both will help solve the cold case. But you'll also get more perks with your membership. With our lowest membership, you'll get loyalty badges, exclusive emojis, early access to videos, and a 15% discount on merchandise. With a higher membership, you'll get all those perks, plus an extra 10% off merch, an exclusive members-only video every month, and you'll be able to vote on the video's topic. But we think the most important aspect of the membership is to help solve the cold case. Once the case is solved, we'll do a video about it, and, with your permission, we'll have your name or username appear in the credits. This is your chance to change from a passive observer to an active participant in solving a murder. With your help, we hope to bring a killer to justice and give a family some closure. Not only will you help solve a cold case, but you'll also be supporting this channel as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please keep an eye out for a video about what crime will help solve. In the meantime, if you're interested in membership, please sign up so you can get early access to videos, the exclusive members-only videos, and other perks. Once again, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. If you did find it interesting, please make sure you subscribe. We'll have a new video about the paranormal every week. If you just discovered this channel, please make sure you check out our other channel, Criminally Listed. We have over 325 videos featuring bizarre but true crime stories. You can find it at youtube.com/criminallylisted. But that's all for today. Thanks again for watching.